Do you ever wonder why be Catholic and not just Christian? After all, aren't all Christians followers of the same Jesus? The answer may surprise you. Let's imagine Christianity is like a tree. All Christians are the branches, but Catholicism is the original trunk. The Catholic Church has preserved the faith once delivered to the saints for 2,000 years without any break. It's an unbroken line of faith going all the way back to the apostles. And we have the Bible to thank for that. When Jesus said to Peter, "You are the rock, and on this rock I will build my church," Catholics believe that's exactly what happened. That's the foundation of the Catholic Church. Now, other Christian branches might disagree on certain teachings or practices, but the Catholic Church holds to the original deposit of faith entrusted to her by Christ. This is why we call ourselves Catholics. We believe we are staying true to the faith as it was handed down from the beginning. Now, if you're not Catholic, that's fine. But please don't think that Catholicism is just another one of those many branches. No, Catholicism is the original trunk from which all these branches grew. Allow me to explain further. Did you know that without the Catholic Church, we wouldn't even know which books belong in the Bible? We would have no New Testament if it weren't for the Catholic Church. You see, when the apostles first started spreading the good news about Jesus, they didn't have a Bible as we know it today. They had the Old Testament, but they didn't have any of the New Testament books in a compiled form. It was only after the Council of Jamnia in the year 380 CE that the Catholic Church officially recognized and defined the canon of the Bible. In other words, the Catholic Church is the reason why we have the Bible today. But wait, there's more. Do you realize that the Bible itself almost wasn't written? You see, the original language of the New Testament is Greek. But do you know how it got that way? You can thank a man named Jerome who translated the entire Bible into Latin, a language much more common at that time. He completed his translation in the year 400. Now, before Jerome, there were other translations of the Bible into Latin, but they were often inaccurate or used different versions of the Greek text. Jerome's Vulgate, however, became the standard Latin version used by the Catholic Church for centuries. In fact, it was used in the Catholic Mass up until the Second Vatican Council in the 1960s. So not only did the Catholic Church help compile the books of the Bible, but she also preserved it for all these years. That's why we trust the Catholic Church as the ultimate authority on matters of faith and morals. She didn't just pop up one day. She's been around since the very beginning, and we have solid historical evidence to prove it. But there's something even deeper, something that no other Christian denomination has. Do you know that Catholics believe that Jesus is really present in the Eucharist, in the bread and wine? Yes, Catholics believe that the bread and wine actually become the body and blood of Christ, and this is not just a symbol or a figure of speech. It's the real thing. How can I possibly explain this in just a few sentences? Well, at the Last Supper, right before Jesus gave his disciples the Eucharist, he said, "This is my body which will be given up for you. Do this in remembrance of me." And then he did the same thing with the cup, saying, "This is my blood of the new covenant, which is shed for many for the remission of sins. Do this as often as you drink it in remembrance of me." These words, along with many others in Scripture, show us that the Eucharist is not just a memorial or a symbol. It's a real sacrifice of the real Christ. It's a continuation of the sacrifice of the cross. And the Catholic Church has always believed this. It's not just some new teaching. It's part of our DNA, handed down from the very beginning. And finally, being Catholic means being part of the universal Church. Catholic literally means universal. No matter where you go in the world, whether in Africa, Asia, Europe, or America, you'll hear the same Mass, profess the same creed, and be united in the same faith. There may be different cultures and different languages, but the faith is one. That's the beauty of being Catholic. So why be Catholic and not just Christian? Because Catholicism is Christianity in its fullness. It's rooted in history, grounded in truth, and alive in the sacraments. If you want the original church that Jesus founded, you don't have to look anywhere else.